All righty, here we go. Grandpa Frank here once again with the Gospel of John, doing a commentary as we go along and up to chapter 13. Now, before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things to his hands, and that he was come from God, and went to God, he riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. After that he poured water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girdled. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter saith unto him, Lord, dost thou wash my feet? Jesus answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter saith unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Jesus answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Jesus saith to him, He that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit, and ye are clean, but not all. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore he said, Ye are not all clean. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken their garments, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? Ye call me Master and Lord, and ye say well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. If you know these things, happy are ye if you do them. I speak not of you all, I know whom I have chosen, but that the scripture may be fulfilled, He that eateth bread with me hath lifted up his heel against me. Now I tell you before it come, that when it come to pass, you may believe that I am. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever I sent receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. Okay, so Jesus now, it's the Passover, the end of the meal, and so Jesus gets up and he ministers to the apostles. He washes their feet, and Peter is startled. Wait a minute, you're the master, you're the Lord. This is a servant's job. It's the servant's task to wash the feet. And so Peter, said, no, don't, Lord. That's not proper. It's like having the president of the company coming and do something like this, and wait. That's not your job. That's not your task. But the Lord tells him, I need, let me do this or you have no part of me. If you're part of me, then I do this for you. And afterwards he said, this is an example that you call me master and Lord, and so I am. But if I am, then you follow my example and you wash each other's feet. It's a humbling. It's not like one is in charge and one is, I'm higher than you. And so, you are lowly, so you do the menial job and I do the upper job. No. If you're, no matter who you are, you should be willing and to do the menial job and even be an example for others. And he even mentioned that among the 12, there would be one who would betray him. Verse 21. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. Then the disciples looked one on another, doubting of whom he spake. Now there was leaning on Jesus' bosom one of his disciples whom Jesus loved. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it was should be of whom he spake. He then, lying on Jesus' breast, saith unto him, Lord, who is it? Jesus answered, He it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, That thou doest, do quickly. Now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake unto him. For some of them thought because Judas had the bag, that Jesus had said to him, Buy those things that we need against the feast, or that he should give something to the poor. He then, having received the stop, went immediately out, and it was night. Okay, so here we have, okay, so they're reclining, and it mentions about the disciple whom Jesus loved. And earlier, we saw this as referring to Lazarus, because it mentioned that Lazarus was the one whom Jesus loved. So could it be that this is Lazarus here? And many teaching say that this is John, because this is the Gospel of John. And so John, when he's referring to himself in the story, in the Gospel message, does not use his name, but instead says that his disciple that Jesus loved. It could be either one. I'm not saying it's one over the other, but I'm just making that comment because I noticed that little phrase with attached to Lazarus. Okay, so Jesus, knowing full well who it was who betrayed him, told Judas to do what he needs to do and do it quickly. And the other disciples that are there with him, they assume either because he's the treasurer, the holder of the bag, or the money bag, that he was going to buy some more things that they needed for the feast, or perhaps to give something to the poor. The new commandment, verse 31. Therefore, when he was gone, Jesus said, Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God be glorified in him, God shall also glorify him in himself, and shall straightway glorify him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, you cannot come. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if ye have love for one another. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, whither goest thou? Jesus answered him, Whither I go, thou canst not follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterward. Peter said unto him, Lord, why can I not follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake. Jesus answered him, Wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice. Okay, so Judas is left, and now he turns his attention to the remaining apostles, the disciples that are with him, and he gives them a commandment. Very simple. Love one another as I have loved you, so you shall love one another. And that's very simple. Okay. And he says, By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have one love. If you have love one to another. Okay. Now, Peter is a little questioning because Jesus is saying that he's going, and where I go, you cannot follow. And Peter's saying, Well, I'm willing to lay down my life for you, Lord. And Jesus looks at him and says, Oh, really? Okay, well, this night before the cock crows, you're going to deny me 3 times. Wow. Okay, so he's telling all these in advance, a little in advance, because to let them know that, hey, I know what's going to happen next. And I'm going to stop right there.